don't have any more rope.
Yes, you got plenty of rope.
That's all I got.
We've got more. Let go of it.
Hard-headed man. My feet are all in the water. Pants are wet. Crazy man, I love the heck out of him. Let's go back to the places we don't go.
Okay, you want to go way in the back? Back in the back? Got 2 logs to get over this time.
You can do it.
GG. GG. Alright, here we go. Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. We're on the creek. It's getting dark and we're fishing for gar with rope. We got a bunch of teeth and it gets all tangled up in the rope. And we're going to cut the back straps out of them and eat them if I can catch one in the next 20 minutes. And there's some crazy stuff coming out of France.
So at what point is it okay if you don't like something in a particular situation to burn down buildings, to burn down cars, to destroy businesses? I listened to a lady the other day and she had 2 bakeries and she said both of them were targeted. And she actually had it on camera. And she said the same people came to both of her bakeries. And because of certain things they didn't like. At what point is that not okay? I get standing up. I get saying that you don't like something. I don't know, Chris, your thoughts on that?
Yeah, so this isn't a national emergency, but check this out. 500 buildings have been damaged. Hundreds of businesses have been looted. Violent clashes with police. He said over 800 people were arrested with nearly 250 officers injured. Earlier, Macron blamed social media for fueling copycat violence. That's the cop-out. Oh, well, social media is fueling this, so we need to take it down. How many of you, leave it in the comments, would not really know how much was going on without hearing it from me first?
Or social media or boots on the ground.
Social
Speaking
media,
of that,
if you learned this from somewhere else, put it in the comments. But if you learned it from me or some other social media, fill me in because I'm curious. Legacy media is not really covering this.
speaking of that, I did just see an article or a news thing that just came out where I think they're going to try to ban Snapchat because they said that the teenagers of a certain age were getting together on Snapchat and causing these disruptions or these outbreaks. I don't know. Once again, I say at what point though is it okay to do that kind of stuff? I understand standing up, Chris. I do. I get it. And that's why we're doing this. We're trying to be a voice. But at what point?
Yeah, but standing up is not burning vehicles.
Thank you. Thank you.
And doing all this looting and that's just that is
well, you're hurting,
not what we should be doing.
You're hurting the local people that are actually have businesses.
Yeah, that's who's going to pay.
Yeah,
the people always pay.
Yeah.
But state agencies would ask Twitter, Snapchat, TikTok to ban most sensitive content. And they quotation marks, sensitive content. So how are we going to get the real news? This is just the news. We're not stoking anything. Riots and vandalism continue through the day Friday. Businesses and trams would be shut down by 9 p.m. local time nationwide, suppressing the overnight unrest. So tonight's probably going to be some more overnight unrest. Social unrest exploded across France this week forcing government to deploy 40,000 police officers to quell the violence. So I guess the biggest takeaway is Twitter, Snapchat, and any kind of social media. Don't put this out. This is fueling the violence. Guys, I don't know exactly what to say about it or what to do. What I do know is the population needs to know what's going on, one way or the other. Keeping us in the dark is not the solution. That's not it. So I'm curious to know how many people learn this from social media.
Well, I think that's where it's trending a lot of places right now. But to me, the takeaway was
I'm going fishing.
you're going fishing. To me, the takeaway was, at what point do we say enough is enough when it comes down to burning businesses and affecting our local business people and things like that? And that's what I keep hearing from back. But I want to go into a little bit what's going on in the United States. Are you okay with that? Or you want to?
Yeah, go.
So, as you guys all noticed, the Supreme Court today ruled against the student loan, which I thought was good. You guys can tell me what you think. I understand a lot of people need help with their student loans, and I get it. People are in debt. But the ironic thing, and I actually posted this on the Twitter if you guys saw this, the Supreme Court, actually Chief Justice John, hang on, let me get back to it, John Roberts, he cited Nancy Pelosi. He cited her reasoning as one of the reasons why they should vote against it. And he said, and I want to quote, this is what Nancy Pelosi said: "People think that the President of the United States has the power for debt forgiveness. He does not. He can postpone, he can delay, which they have, as you guys all know, but he does not have the power. That has to be an act of Congress," Pelosi said in a 2021 press conference. "The president cannot do it. So that's not even a discussion. Not everybody realizes that, but the president can only postpone, delay, but not forgive." And he tried to do it, and the Supreme Court knocked it down. I think they made the right decision. I'm curious to see what you guys thought. I actually put a poll out about that the other day on one of our community page and the YouTube channel. I put myself through school. Chris had a scholarship, but he chose to go with the welding school,
baby.
which I think a trade, which was amazing. Everybody has their own choice of where they have to do. But if you choose to go to college, which I did with a computer science degree, I put myself through school. I paid for, I just got splashed with the water. I put myself
throwing
through
this
school.
mop out there.
I paid my college degree, my loan off, and the fact that they were going to make me, through my taxes, pay their college loans off, it just kind of set wrong with me. So I'm glad to see that the Supreme Court ruled in favor of this.
Well, can you imagine so they're always incentivizing the wrong thing. You notice that? It's like, you come to school, we'll pay your, how much is it? $300,000 tuition to go, and we'll indoctrinate all these children, and you'll end up with something you probably shouldn't have done anyway. You know what I'm saying? So, because a lot of people should get into trades. Welding, electricians, plumbers, those guys make money. I know a lot of people with business degrees that don't make very much money, that do something completely different. Or maybe even a degree in underwater basket weaving. Something that makes no sense, a bachelor's of arts or something. It's like you got to go to school. Well, it goes back to when I was in school. If you don't go to school, you're going to be a ditch digger, you're going to flip burgers or whatever. Well, that wasn't for me. So I picked a trade. I had a guy came to my school. He said, we're going to need 50,000 welders by the time, I can't remember the time, 2000 something. And I thought, well, maybe I'll do that. They make good money. I'm interested. And it worked out. So it's the same way with immigration as well. When you encourage people to leave their country, the people that are willing to go and do whatever it takes to make a better life, those are the people that could have made that country better. So they're always encouraging the wrong thing. So I didn't mean to go on a rant.
No, but I want to have a different opinion on Chris in this. You keep splashing me with water.
Well,
I'm going to smell like
fish. Keep having a different opinion.
I'm going to smell like fish when this is over. So I have a different opinion on that. I agree. I don't think some people need to go to college, but I think there is a place for it. But here's where where I think that when it comes to it, I
But
think you
I
need to
didn't
get.
say everybody.
Well, I'm just gonna state my opinion.
Okay.
So I
Everybody's
think
got an opinion. They all smell like booty holes. How about that water?
I'm gonna push you in the pond in a minute. So I think that, and Chris he's right. A lot of people should not go to college, and I get it. And we need trades, and they make an incredible amount, and we need those. But there's some people, like for me, example, I don't know if I would be a good welder. I'm not that person. So I was really good at analytic stuff. So, but what I did was I went into the workforce first and I found out what was needed and what was a niche. And then I went and got a college degree. So I think sometimes just going straight into college is maybe a mistake. You might need to find out what you're good at, what you're interested in, and then go to college. That was my 2 cents. Can you take that?
Well, it's a good thing I didn't get into fishing for a living.
All right, you want to go to the next
Yeah,
article I
keep
have?
on going.
All right, so this actually just came out. And this is something we've been talking about, you guys. The Federal Reserve is lending to banks has shrunk modestly in the last week. This is just the last week. Central bank data has been released. So we've been talking about this. So when lending starts to shrink, the domino effect, and we always say, yes, okay, it's not tomorrow. You're not going to see it right now, but you're going to see it maybe in 6 months, maybe a year. With the commercial uh, properties, we're already starting to see some of that, where the commercial places are kind of drying up. They're not renewing their leases in different places like that, and I don't know the real estate. I have researched that really good today, or did my best, and there's like two opinions. So I don't know. But the fact is, it's clearly stated the Federal Reserve has come out and said they are going to start lending less to the banks. So when they lend less to the banks, that means the banks is going to lend less to us. So we'll see how that shakes out and how that comes down. You got an opinion on that, babe?
Um, well, what came to mind as you were talking was these Airbnbs that are going belly up.
Yep.
And I know a young guy that just getting one to the market. Actually, me and Bud, side hustle survivalist.
You guys check him out. He has some really good ideas.
Yeah, he does. I'll actually link his channel in the comments. But he's got a good friend of his. Is actually, we deemed him Genius Brady because he's a smart kid. But you know, he's got some learning to do, but that's okay. We all do. And I don't think the Airbnb is going to bankrupt him. And if it does, he's got plenty of time to make it back. It's why it's so important to take chances when you're young. Go ahead and pursue that dream, because if you don't, you will have regret. And if you do and fail, hey, you did your best. You did it. You went out and did it. And he's going out and doing it. The timing might be a little off, but hey, who knows? Really, who knows what real estate might do? It might go the opposite way. My timing's awful.
Can I say something right there?
Yeah.
So you guys, we talk about this sometimes about success and failures. We've had success and we've had failures. And if anybody ever tells you, in my opinion, that they've never had a failure, sorry, I'm not going to believe that, because you're going to have failures in life. You're going to do, Chris and I have done several things and we're like, whoop, that was a flop. And we learn from it. And from that, the next thing that we take on, we learn from that. We become better and we can become stronger and we learn how to do things better. So
it puts me in mind of the gym rat business.
Yes.
The gym rat business, it was a great product, but the business doesn't make a lot of money.
Nope.
Because there's just trying to fabricate something in the United States is a bad idea, because you can get it cheaper somewhere else.
Yep.
That's just the point. But I took all that information that I learned from that and created another business. Mm-hmm. So there's no failures. There's learning experiences. There's just no failures.
Not only did you take that, what you learned from, we'd learned from the gym rat, and put it to the other business, but we're so far ahead of the learning curve with the new business, where we would not have been had we not failed in the gym rat business. So when Chris says that it's a failure, I'm like, yeah, on paper it is. You're right. We took a loss. I closed the business. I said, okay, fine, done. But realistic, or I guess in real life, we actually learn so much that I don't consider it really a failure. But anyway, I'd like to go on to
Well,
the
the
next one, and when
failure
you're
would have
done.
been not doing something that I've always wanted to do.
True,
That would have been the failure.
true. So the next one, we've talked about this before about China. Okay, you guys, China and Michigan. For some reason, they are popping up in the news all over the place. I don't know if you guys have seen it, but you got China and Michigan. Michigan selling the land. Michigan doing this. China doing this in Michigan. We've got yet another one. China is they were trying to buy up a deal in North Dakota now. And at first they were like, oh, yes, please come on. Because North Dakota, the government or the state was saying, yes, this is awesome. They were welcoming them with open arms. And guess what? It was 12 miles from an Air Force facility. This seems to be a pattern. Every time I look this up, where China is over here buying property, and they're even opening up cornmeal plants, they're opening up electronic vehicle battery plants, they're opening up some kind of plant. It seems to be within 50 or so miles of an Air Force facility, 30 miles, 12 miles. Well, the citizens said, nope, we are not having it. And thank goodness for them. And they actually stood up, they put a stop to it, and right now it's stopped completely. So I'm proud of you guys. So North Dakota, that's some good news. So I actually had somebody, a subscriber the other day, Mr. Charles and Miss Pam. They said, you guys need to include some good news. So you guys, this is some good news. North Dakota citizens stood up and said, that's enough. We do not want China owning our land. They protested. They stopped it. It is. He
Oh,
just
sorry to get that
flashed.
on you.
You just flashed me with fire. They just said, so you know what? That's some good news, you guys. So you guys go in North Dakota, and I think that's amazing. So that is completely squashed now. So happy to hear that. You got some ideas on that one, babe? Let me move on.
China is trying to buy up the world, and we have allowed them to do it. It is nuts. It is the biggest, that's the biggest thing that's happening right now that I can think of that is just kind of par for the course sliding under the radar. Now, we can nationalize those things. We say, oh, okay, China, sorry, we're not paying our debt, and you don't own anything over here, and that's just the way it is. Sorry. But the problem is everything the United States, not everything, I'd like to know the percentage, I might look that up, that we purchase is made in Asia. It's crazy. China is literally we can't cut them off.
Yep.
So how are you going to nationalize? So how can the United States pull that off?
I don't know.
So it's up to the people.
It is
up to the people.
Well, congratulations. That's one good news. North Dakota, congrats you guys for standing up, taking a stand, because that's not easy. Speaking of which, there's a Laura Brock, I think, that's in Michigan right now. She is standing up. She has done she's getting all these signatures where she's going and saying enough is enough. So good for her also. So enough of people are starting to stand up, and I absolutely love it. On one more note before we leave, because I think it's starting to get pretty dark and we're about to head out. But tomorrow, you guys join us for coffee with Chris and Stacey. And Daniel was so amazing, a subscriber. He's going to give away 4 ounces of silver tomorrow. At least 2 of them are hopefully going to be to vets. We're going to try to find veterans that are in our chat. So you guys stay tuned for tomorrow. We're looking forward to seeing you guys. And any other words, babe? I'm done.
All right, this is my glory cast. I cannot believe. Look, the water's up.
It has its rain.
There's so many gar in this place. It's unreal. And anytime I'm fishing for bass, they're rolling all over the place. The water's up and it's in the woods, so there's a good chance they're in the woods. But next time I'm going to show you a fish, and hopefully I'll show you cutting it up and eating it as well. So let me know if you like this kind of content. That would mean a lot. Your feedback's very valuable to me. And your thoughts on the situation is as well. So have an awesome, awesome day. We'll see you in the next one. Later. We got to go. It's dark.
I know. Got to get home.
Come on, Gigi. Let's go.
Even Gigi likes riding in this boat.
Gigi. Gigi.
Gigi.
Pay attention where I'm going. Let me know what you guys think about the creek ride.
Now you gotta even take them further back where it gets really into that place that we went on that sandbar where nobody else can hardly get. That was so cool.
Might not go back there today.
Not today?
Well, we can get, oh, a log, something. Well, we can go, but we're gonna have to run this. We're not gonna be able to go slow. You go, we're running it?
Your call completely. We can just toll along. It's beautiful, it's peaceful. I wish we could get up early in the morning and come out here. That's what I wish.
Why can't we? Do whatever we want. The world is ours and everything in it.
Let's get our coffee in the morning and come out here.
All right.
Well, were you thinking going slow and talking news?
I don't know.
If
we're gonna get to the fishing, if we're gonna catch a gar,
that's gonna be
better
back
get there to the big opening up here, and then we can do whatever on the way back.
Okay.
We're halfway there.
I love this. I'm in for anything. I don't care. Take a wrong turn?
It just looks like it.
Oh, the water's up, so you can't get through.
The problem is getting out of here when it's dark. You gotta leave it dark.
Shit, you could get lost out here.
Yeah, easy.
I am not spending the night out here. Are you sure we're in the right place? It looks different.
Yeah,
Or the water's way up high then.
It'll be rough getting out of here.
I should turn around. We're gonna get there and have to turn around. It's gonna be oh shoot, big old spider web. There we go. I remember being this far.
All right, here we go. It's hidden.
You remember this?
Yeah.
I don't. I think you only brought me here once.
I'm the captain. I remember everything.
Oh, Captain, oh, Captain.
All right, let's catch the big fat gar. Alligator, alligator, alligator gar. We ain't as dumb as you think we is.
JJ, what do you think about this?
All right, let's go fishing.
Okay.